Guys, I hope you guys are doing fine. You're still kicking, and now you understood the first question, which was 1.1.1. So now we are moving to 1.1.2. Okay, this one is kind of a bit complicated. 1.1.2. We have a 3x squared minus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. Okay, guys, yeah, I need some energy for this one, and so yeah, if you don't, go grab some coffee. And yeah, I hope you guys are feeling good and excited for this lesson. Okay, so yeah, now we're going to be solving this is also a polynomial. It has more than two terms. Okay, we have the first term, which is 3x squared, and the second term, which is minus 2x, and the third term, which is minus 6, and all of them equals to 0. Okay, so if you can look at this expression, okay, sorry, if you can look at this equation, okay, since it has an equal sign, I can't say expression, I have to say an equation. Okay, so yeah, since you can if you can look at this equation, you can see that it's gonna be hard to factorize it, but you can try it instead of just using inspection. Okay, you can just say, okay, 3x. For most of the time when you factorize expression like this, you start like this. Okay, so I have 3x, then x. Okay, 3x multiplied by x is equal to x squared. Okay, then we can look for factors of 6, which when we add them and multiply them by 3, we're gonna get negative 2. Okay, and we have 3 and 2 and 6 and 1. Okay, so now here, if you can look at this thing, you can see since we have 3x here and we have x. So if these factors, if we add them or subtract them, they won't give us negative 2. But it is possible to multiply them and check if they're going to give you negative 2. But if we put 3 here and we put negative 2 here, you realize that negative 3x multiplied by 2 is negative 6x. And 6 minus 3, or minus 6 plus 3, is going to be equals to minus 3. So we will never have minus 2. Okay, so hence you cannot factorize this. Okay, so hence this thing cannot be written as these things. Okay, you can factorize it, but you like, it's not easy for you to find the factors of this equation, because they are going to have decimals. So since they're going to have a decimals, it's not easy for you guys at your level to be thinking about the factor of an equation which it's made of decimals. Okay, so it's not easy for you guys to think of decimals, which when you're going to multiply them, you're gonna get those things, or when as you factorize them, or if you expand them and multiply them back again, you're gonna get the same equation. Okay, so since it's not easy to do it in the usual way that we are used to, then we are going to use quadratic equation. Okay, before you start using your quadratic equation, you have to check if your equation is in standard form. But if you can look at this one, it's already in standard form. Okay, we have the coefficient of the variable with the higher degree is at first, and the variable with the higher precedence than the constant is on the second. Okay, meaning our equation is in a standard form. Okay, because we have our a, this is going to be our a here, this is going to be our b, and this is going to be our c. Our a is not 3x squared, it's 3, which is the coefficient of x squared. And on the second term, our b is negative 2, not negative 2x. Okay, so our c then is negative 6. Then I'm sure all of you know the quadratic equation. Since here we're solving for x, meaning x is going to be the subject of the formula for our quadratic formula that we're going to use to solve this equation. Sorry guys. Okay, then we're going to have a negative into, we have a negative into b, but instead of b we're going to have minus 2, right? Okay, but I don't want to assume that you know this formula, because I know most of you don't even know this formula and don't even understand how it works. So I'm going to write it down. Okay, so we're going to have x is equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of, square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so after your if your equation is organized in a standard form, so it's going to be easy for you to see a, b, and c. Okay, then you're just going to substitute them where they are the corresponding letters. Okay, then you're going to say x is equals to negative into, our b is negative 2, then you write negative 2 then plus or minus the square root of, okay, negative 2 all squared minus 4 into a. Okay, our a is 3. Okay, then you're going to insert 3 here. Then our c is negative 6 and multiply by negative 6, right? All divided by 2 into a. Our a is equals to 3. Okay, so you're going to have x is equals to, so okay, let's just assume you don't have a calculator. So you're going to write negative 2, you're going to say this multiplied by this, going to have 2, then plus or minus, okay, the square root of negative 2 squared is 4, and 4 multiplied by 3, 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, multiplied by negative sign is negative 12, negative 12 multiplied by negative, then you're going to say negative 12, or you multiply that negative 12 by 6, okay, you're going to have positive 72 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, then you write positive 72, okay, positive 72 plus 4, which is going to be plus 4, the 4 will be from here, which is going to be positive 76. Okay, then 2 divided by, 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Then you're going to have 2 plus or minus the square root of 76 divided by 6. Okay, then from here you can use a calculator. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, you're going to have 1 plus or minus the square root of 19 divided by 3. Okay, then you can write your answers. Most of the time they like saying to 2 decimal place or 3 decimal place, but most of the time it's 2 decimal place. Okay, we're going to have x is equals to 1 minus, x is equals to negative 1 comma 1 2, or x is equals to 1 comma 1 7. Okay guys, that is our 1.1.2. okay, but guys, you must sometimes try to do these things without using a calculator. So yeah, because it's going to help you to understand how you do these things. Because you also get you also get used to thinking about numbers. It also give you a mathematical thinking. It will also improve your mathematical thinking skills and your critical thinking skills. Okay, so yeah, don't always depend on the calculator, but if you're in exam, just use a calculator because you want to save time. Okay.